There were small little things that now I know were probably signs. She wasn't gaining weight like she should, but she was always on the graph. And then the week of her diagnosis, she was just drinking too much water. And we were like, that's strange, why is she drinking so much water? So we took her to the doctor and she said, your child's a type 1 diabetic, she's in DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. You need to go to the hospital now.
Often children present with what we call diabetic ketoacidosis. Very big word, but it basically means that they go into shock because of these very high sugars that they get. Commonly they're very tired, abdominal pain, they're breathing very fast. So if that happens, you need to get your child to emergency unit immediately. There's a lot of dedication needed to get the glucose controlled, and if you don't control the glucose, there's long-term effects on the kidneys and the heart and the brain and the peripheral vasculature. So you have to control the sugars or the glucose. So it's got quite a big impact on the family.
We thought, okay, we're getting the hang of this, but then we had an incident a few months after. She was stable and there was no reason to check her again, and she was napping in the car and I was going to my friend. And when we checked her, she was so low that the reader couldn't pick her up, and when we finger pricked her, she was 1.7. We couldn't wake her up, we were shouting, we were screaming, we were smacking her, shoving Super C's in her cheeks, and from that day I was like, no, we need more. We need more for the what ifs, or the in cases, or the when you don't expect it. And then we decided we need to get a diabetic alert dog. Isla is a great help because she tells me when I don't expect Jenna-Mae to go low. But Isla's also so smart that she also tells me when Jenna-Mae goes unexpectedly high. She first jumps up, but it's not a normal jump. It's kind of like a jump stretch, and looks at me. And then I say sit, and then I say what's wrong, and she keeps bumping my hands. And then I say check Jenna-Mae, and then she lets me know I must check her. So for a low, apparently they smell isoprene. When they start going low, they release a chemical called isoprene, and she was trained to smell that. And then for a high, I think she's picking up on the ketones, because you do have this almost fruity, acidic, alcoholic kind of a breath. Glucose is the fuel or the energy for the body. If there is not enough fuel or energy for the body, so it's low, I check and then I give her fuel or energy. If there's too much fuel or energy, high, and it's not going into the actual cells, the body, you need to add insulin. But generally we inject 7 to 9 times a day. And that is for her meals, snacks, if she's high, to bring her down. And at night, she's got a long-acting insulin for basic metabolic functions. Jenna-Mae is a very strong-willed, determined little girl with a huge personality. So I am not worried about the challenges. She will totally conquer them.